Hey everybody, OmniDog here, OmniDog's Vault. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about undiscovered gems, hidden gems, gems that are out there that maybe you don't know about. Maybe you do know about them. You're one of the lucky few, because I don't think these books get enough attention. So I'm going to be reading the backs of them to describe them to you, then showing you artwork for them and telling you why you need to get them. First up, Kurt Busiek's The Wizard's Tale, with fabulous art by David T. Wenzel. The Wizard's Tale is: Welcome to the land of Evernight. Bafflerog Rumpelwhisker is an evil wizard from a long line of evil wizards. It's his job to maintain the darkest spells that keep his corner of Evernight as dark and gloomy as the rest of it, and to find the long-lost Book of Worse, which holds magical spells that can crush the forces of life and goodness forever. There's only one problem. His heart's just not in it. He's an evil wizard that is just not happy being an evil wizard. And he's not very good at it. But look at this artwork. This is something. Let me show you some more because it is absolutely beautiful. Kurt Busiek writes wonderfully about this evil magician who doesn't want to be evil anymore and is working on trying to get out of the business, like in Godfather Part 3, and he's doing his darndest to have a wonderful, magical, fantastical tale told. Kurt Busiek does a job that all ages will enjoy. That's right, I said all ages can enjoy this book. And the art is something to behold. So here we got an undiscovered gem. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. You need to go out and give this book a try because it is absolutely delightful. I loved this book, and of course Kurt Busiek can't do anything wrong in my eyes. And he didn't do anything wrong here. He just wrote a heck of a good book. So, Wizard's Tale. Go out and get it. My suggestion to you, go out and get Wizard's Tale. Boom. Second book up. I've talked about it before on the Omnibros telecast that I do with Riley Moore and Luis C. Quero Rodriguez, also known as the Omnibus Collector and hardcover reviews. Feathers. This book is put out by Archaea, and I love it. It is one of the best books. Born covered in black feathers, abandoned as a baby in the slums of the maze, Poe has lived his entire 11-year-old life hidden away under the protection of his adopted father, Gabriel. He spends his days blah-blah-blah-blah, but then there's a wealthy city that he's kept away from, and a girl from there goes wandering into the slums and discovers adventure. And man, oh Manischewitz, is this book fun. This kid's born covered in feathers. Turns out he can fly. He's constantly looking for the answer to where he came from, and his adoptive father is very protective. And he falls in with a pack of kids who roam the slums, and he discovers this girl who has sought adventure from the very nice side of town that's walled up. And there's somebody stealing children, a very mysterious man who steals children. So this book has got mystery, love, adventure, fun, redemption. It's got everything in it, plus great art. And I thought I loved this book. It is written by Jorge Corona with art by Jen Hickman. Wait, let me make sure that Jorge Corona didn't illustrate it too. Written and illustrated by Jorge Corona. Colors by Jen Hickman. Well, Jen Hickman does a hell of a good job with the colors. But can you imagine being so talented you can write and draw like this? Jorge Corona, my hat's off to you. This is one brilliant book. Feathers. You need to get this book from Archaea. I'm sure it's just Archaea, but I like to mess with it. Next, we have a couple of anthropomorphic detectives. I love anthropomorphic detectives. One is Blacksad. You probably know about Blacksad. He's not really that undiscovered, but I don't think he gets enough publicity. This is a private investigator that is anthropomorphic. Let's take some pictures. Let's take a look inside and see just how good the artwork really is. The artwork is fantastic. The writing is great. And I'm fighting glare constantly. Move this a little bit. See if that helps. No. So you got an anthropomorphic detective that does amazingly interesting things. And if I'm right, this is available in English now. It is, I believe, originally a French book. And the stories, there's, I believe, 3 or 4 Blacksad stories. They are excellent. They are very good detective stories. I like detectives, I like mystery, and I like Blacksad. Really, really good stuff. Here's some nice color shot right here. How pretty this book can be. But yeah, you may have heard of Blacksad. That's really not that undiscovered, but I think it needs more publicity. And we have also Grandville, also from Dark Horse, written and illustrated by Brian Talbot. That guy can draw. That guy can write. This one's Grandville Noel. I believe there are 4 books to this, and he does a really good job writing and illustrating these books. These books pack a punch. They may be animals, but there is all kinds of social issue messages in here that he deals with very well. And it's a very rapidly paced, very well done mysteries, very well done detective work, and it's just beautifully illustrated by Brian Talbot. And I know that Grandville probably already has a lot of converts, but I think it deserves more attention. Interesting in that there are people in here along with anthropomorphic, you try saying that, anthropomorphic characters. So it's very interesting. Speaking of that, let's take an anthropomorphic sip of soda. So Grandville, that's one you should look for. And finally, book I've talked about before on the Omni Bros telecast, but I think it deserves to be read again. Top Shelf's Too Cool to Be Forgotten. I don't know that I've ever read a book like this before. It's by Alex Robinson, and I got a huge kick out of it. Let me read you the description from the back, and I'll show you some artwork, but it is really a remarkable book. Middle-aged Andy Wicks has tried everything to quit smoking, from going cold turkey to the latest choices in patches and nicotine chewing gum, so he figures he'll give this hypnosis thing a try. What's the worst that could happen? Unfortunately, he's dealt a fate worse than death. High school. He's transported back to 1985, and now Andy must relive his formative years as a gangly, awkward teenager. Wow. Talk about a fate worse than death. I would not want to go back to high school. No, I would not. Here's Alex Robinson's work. Black and white, but very cool. And it is a really, really fun story of how he gets transported back to high school after getting hypnotized to try and quit cigarettes. And it's what he has to do. It's what he has to navigate. Is he going to ask that pretty girl out that he always wanted to but never had the nerve to? What's he going to do about other situations? Whoop, can't show you that part. What's he going to do about certain other situations? But this is a really fun book, really top shelf book. Top shelf made it, and it is really an excellent, fun read that I encourage you to pick up. It's not very expensive. It's very small, but it's, of course, got a great cover. Too Cool to Be Forgotten by Alex Robinson. So those are my undiscovered hidden gems. Maybe not so hidden, not so undiscovered, but there's things that you should read because they're really fun and they stuck with me. They got characters you care about, cohesive, coherent plots, and beginning, middle, and end. those things that make something worth reading. So please go out there, give those things a chance. They're a lot different than your usual capes and tights books, but they're well worth it. So until next time, thanks for tuning in to OmniDog's Vault. I'll be talking to you.